Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and beat. Had pulled down.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another KIAoaching session with Percy and Kia Car Talk. And today's topic is, how do I get unstuck out of a stuck situation? Now, before we do that, let's have a quick recap in terms of what we discussed a while ago, so there's context in terms of what we're going to discuss today. Look out. It's very important that there's a clear message in terms of how do I move myself out of the situation that I face. And I think there's a few clear questions that you need to ask yourself, right? Number one, are you working for a paycheck or are you working for a purpose? And I think it's so important that we discover what you're naturally gifted in. And I think you need to take a step back and say, when is the last time that I actually developed myself? Are you willing to still work for a boss, or are you looking to work for a coach? And that's a hard decision that you have to make. Are you going to be stuck in this dinosaur mentality that, and the word manager is archaic. I absolutely love what I'm doing now. So thanks for watching that recap and welcome back. And I guess what I want to talk about today is removing yourself from a stuck situation into a unstuck, or a free from shackles, free from just being able to be in a situation where you are stuck. Whether that is your workplace, whether that is your personal life, or whether it's just somewhere where you feel stuck. So I've got 3 basic principles that help me free myself from the fact that I was stuck in many situations. So the first one that I want to talk to you about is, what are your priorities? And it's a very basic concept, is when you wake up in the morning until you go to bed, what are the priorities and the things that really matter in your life? Now you might be asking, what does priorities have to do with the fact that I'm stuck? Well, the lack of priority and the fact that you don't prioritize the things that are important either might make you complacent, might give you this a false sense of security, and even might just keep you in a place where you feel safe. And I think it's really a topic that you need to, or a question that you have to ask yourself. What are the priorities in my life, and what are the important things in my life at this moment? The second thing that I would like to talk to you about is, what are you focusing on? How are you leveraging your strengths and your energy? Now, this energy that you have is a very basic concept of distribution. Let me use a simple example. I used to be very angry while people were swerving in front of me with cars. Do they deserve my energy? No, but I took responsibility for my own energy. People used to irritate me in the gym doing certain things, and now I'm there to focus on myself, because the energy that I progress in myself, or that I re-engineer or revert into myself, that's the correct word, I think really helps me to focus on the things that I need to do. So gym was a priority for me early in the morning, and my meditation was a priority. And since I've done that, it just opens your mind in such a way that you have major breakthroughs, right? And it's like the universe comes together for you. And this is not a spiritual discussion. This is just a discussion of really prioritizing and focusing on what is really important and where you put your energy. So part of that, I mentioned strengths, is, are you leveraging what you're naturally gifted at? Are you using it every single day of your life? Are you really naturally functioning within what you are gifted at? You know, since I have been on my own, it's like my strengths have exploded into something that gives me exposure to people, networking, touching base with people that I haven't seen for years, that is global, where I now have to network and have to work with them. And that's typically when you start playing to your strengths. And the wonderful thing at playing at your strengths is you actually really enjoy what you're doing, because it's who you naturally are. So this is all part of the Jobrassic series, but there will be more focus on the Jobrassic series in terms of talking about how do you move from manager to coach and all these kind of things. But the third one is really, really important to me. What standards are you settling for? Whether that's in your workplace, are you going to settle for the fact that it's toxic, it's not engaging, it's not what you need to be able to develop yourself? There's no growth, there's no development, there's no career plans. There's all doom and gloom. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, how long are you going to accept those kind of standards? Even the values that I have as a person, in terms of how I treat people, how I prioritize my time and my energy towards people. What is the standard that I've set for myself? And I think when we compromise on our standards, it sets us up for failure. Now, you have to ask yourself the question whether your standards are realistic or unrealistic. And you usually do that by comparing it to see what does it look like with people that are naturally successful. That's the advice that I'm going to give you. So, in essence, let's recap quickly. So what are the 3 things that can really help you from getting unstuck and really help you focus on what you need to do? Firstly, you have to reprioritize the important things. Focus on your strengths and your natural talents. And 3, don't settle for mediocre standards. Reevaluate your standards and you will be successful. I really mean this from my heart, and I hope you like my pink tie today. Yes, I love this color, but you are loved. And I hope that you find some form of blessing out of these discussions in terms of things that I've learned, things that I've gained out of myself, and the things that I've taken responsibility for that can really set you free. You are loved and be blessed. Mwah! So I would just like to take a moment to thank each one of the people that supports the KIAoaching sessions and Percy's Kia Car Talk. Now, if you like what we're doing, there's a subscribe button at the bottom where you can find a link to subscribe to all our social media platforms. All our social media platforms will appear here at the top, and you are welcome to subscribe and welcome to support and welcome to comment.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light, running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and beat, head pulled down over your eyes.